Hi, your age is 28, your dominant hand is right hand, and this video is private video for you, but you can share this link through WhatsApp with friends and families. Let's get started. First thing we see in the fingertips, loops. In the prints, you can see like that. I cannot draw exactly on it, but you know what I mean. And each finger has these loops. Sometimes this can be a water element is very high in your horoscope, your birth chart. Sometimes to balance that, don't put too much blue on you, try to choose different colors because you have enough water element. So you have to balance that, or don't use blue colors in your house, let's say. You can use any other colors. If you have self-confidence problems, you can put reds on you, or sometimes you make fires, this kind of things. Like playing with the fire, I mean, when you go to picnic or something similar, or make a barbecue, play with the fire, it's gonna give you more confidence. And then because you have a lot of water element, it can also relax you to watch fire, be next to fire, this kind of activities can be good. Also to dress up red colors, some other colors, be far from blue color. This is also a sign of harmonious personality, and you don't set big goals. I see that also in Jupiter month. I don't see goals like Jupiter lines much. They are not very strong. So you don't have big goals, you don't have big targets. Maybe you have to start to think about that again, what you really want to do. Create some goals and then focus on them, spend some time. It can also help for the motivations. You might have a lot of funny sides, sense of humor, let's say, with these loops. But if you cannot maintain good distance with friends in relationships, you may have difficulties receiving the respect you expect. And you said to me your index finger longer than your ring finger in both hands. That makes you Jupiterian. You like to rule, and then you like to be leader in the family or in the community. You don't like to get other people orders. You want to have on your own ideas and then on your own rules, and you like other people to respect that. And also your Mercury finger very pretty long. You can see these phalanges on the sun finger. For sure, when you keep straight, it reaches around here or longer than that. It's strong dominant finger. It shows that this is also as a dominant character in relationships or in marriage life. It can be difficulties. You want to always lead the things. You want to rule. And then the leadership qualities, being ambitious. Sometimes you can have problems with other Jupiterians. Let's say if your husband is Jupiterian, you can have some problems with that. But if you manage to maintain your good relationships, two Jupiterians comes together. If they make business, they can be also very successful. You can have big achievements. But usually it's hard to maintain a good connection with other Jupiterians. You have to work for it. I don't know how is his fingers. If his fingers longer than sun finger, he can be good match. But if he's both Jupiterian, can be problems with that. Also, your thumb is very long, very strong thumb you have. Generally having willpower, determination, and a strong drive succeed. Also being ambitious and responsible. So you like to control the things, being controller with leadership abilities. And this three finger is very important to be very strong character, and they're all very strong. Sometimes that can make you stubborn, hard to deal with, but you have to find the ways always. The questions you were writing, if I will get divorced, if so, what age? You want to know that. And second marriage happening, if any chance for second marriage, will it be better? And then now I will focus on the marriage life and then all these questions, and later we're going to continue other parts. First, now I want to check about all the marriage lines, all the related to marriage and breakup or second marriage if it's possible. Now, first of all, I see very strong marriage line. If we see marriage line, many forks on it, like very strong, very big line. In this picture, we see better. You see? That's very strong. You're a very romantic, passionate person. You have a lot of love. You're always ready for relationship, even second one. That's why you are asking if it's possible, right away the second one, or it's even gonna happen, because you're always mentally ready to love someone. This is very good. There are also affection lines, as you know. And many lines you see, like you show the love and you want to marry it, you want to be happy, this kind of things. And main line here in the middle section. Middle section sometimes is middle age marriage, but you get early age marriage, but again, it's possibility in the 30, 35, another marriage. And when we see the line like that, can be up and downs in the relationship. Very strong connection, but sometimes can be problems, sometimes can be dramas, but in the end it can be big low. Of course, it can end up with broke up as well because there are forks on it. But very strong, very good marriage line. So there is a risk also broke up when we see the main marriage line. And if it's in the middle section like that, that shows that in your relationship, the person has to be socially, has to be very match with you. You have to have goals together. You want to do something together, like whatever you want to do about life, about business. He has to understand you and he has to adapt all these things you created. And then, for example, if you don't want to have a kids, he should say, okay, I don't want. You want to have a kids, or you want to change the country, and you want to move on. He has to follow you. This kind of things has to be good. Understanding each other. That's how you're gonna be more happy if he can manage that. And another thing on the fate line, when I see these lines merging to a fate line, and your fate line gets doubled, like get thicker, it was very dim. When the affection line comes, this is probably marriage around like 24 or 25, like between 20 and 25. That marriage, maybe it happened, and another line came, and lines get out. This signs shows that it could be broke up, and person goes out of your life, and this looks like gonna be your choice. If the lines comes and then goes this way, that's his choice. Looks like if that broke up gonna happen, that's because of your choice. You want it. It shows that, and two lines one after each other. So it can be maybe it happened one before and this is second one. I don't know. Sometimes those are the career life. You choose something and you give up. Some money losses or this kind of things. Maybe after 20 years old that could be. But also this is the breakup as well, and very close years looks like if this breakup gonna happen. It's not so far. This is on the fate line what we see, and after that line goes very good here, and another changes here happens around like 35, new line start. That can be another marriage in 35 because this is also 30-35 years old main branches here. And the fate line starts this is also starting new career, new business, maybe having a kid, if the marriage continues. This kind of things is very good. And other line stops in the headline. Some mistakes, some money losses can happen, that can be related to that. But you are lucky, you have a fate line in your hand. That's good. We will come back to related to fate line and sun line. But before that, I want to continue more on the marriage. And when we see the Yav symbol like that, very big Yav symbol, that shows that if you have a big Yav symbol, big opportunities will come after middle age, like 30-35, about business and marriage and being more happy, more successful, more lucky. These opportunities will come after 30 usually. If it's a Yav symbol small, before 30, you have to use everything, whatever comes. You have to be on the right time, on the right place before 30, about marriage and business. But when you see the Yav symbol is big like that, means after 30 is more luck gonna come true. This is also lucky in marriage life, also good health, also about money, about marriage, about health is very good sign to have a good Yav symbol and is not broken. Very good. And other marriage line here looks very nice, stable. Of course, there are some stresses, but it's strong line here. That shows that you are lucky in marriage. If you break up, you're gonna find someone new. That could be no problem because you're also good marriage line. We already talked about it. And you have a lot of emotional stresses. We see these lines from inner Mars comes out and blends to the heart line. That very easy to make you to give up on people, to break up because you get emotional stress and then you become no tolerance, no mercy, you don't give up and you don't forgive easily if things happen, and this emotional stress blends to the heart line. This is also affect your health. You should be careful with that because we see many islands on the heart line, especially under this part in older age we can see islands. So if you have any heart disease problem in the families with you as well, so you have to take care of yourself because in left hand we see also this comes from families and then it's also in the right hand here you have it. You should be careful with that. So this situation here, sometimes you being very anxious, it can affect your health badly, so you need to be careful that. The good thing with the heart line, we see Vishnu fork goes to the month of Jupiter and also touching the ring of Solomon's, so it's very good sign. When we see the sign like that, when the Vishnu fork touches to the Ring of Solomon, you are very humanist and very positive person. You are dominant character, but you like people, maybe animals, you know. You have good connection and then very sensitive about nature and humans, and you have very good empathy, you know. You understand people very well. For sure, you understand your husband very well. I don't know what is the exact problems, but from you I can see maybe if some problems related to you, I will tell you that so you can try to fix that problems to save the marriage. Another thing, when you have Ring of Solomon's like that in the hand and good Jupiter mount is very high developed Jupiter mount, and your long index finger, you are good with financial things, you know, financial stabilities, and then you are good with the saving with the money because you have also good faith line in the hand, we can see. And another thing, if you have Ring of Solomon's like that, you learn very easily and teach what you know very well. This is very good. You can be a teacher or you can be a coach, you know, you can give advice to the people. Another thing with that, it's also good indication of allow for occult studies like astrology or palm reading, you know, and occult information or history, you know. These kind of things, they could be in your interest. Also psychology and philosophy, this kind of things, you can read books about them or you can study about those things. But when we have Ring of Solomon, we always look for good Mercury lines. If you have a good Mercury lines, you can really work on people. You can help them with your advisors, or, you know, when we come here in this picture, I see Mercury lines. For sure, they are very good because even the pictures, if you see them a little bit, in reality, when we look at them close by, they are more stronger. So you have a good Mercury lines. You can speak many languages, and you can be a good salesperson, you know, and then you can help people. Anything related to people, social works, anything like that, you can be good at it. And one of the Mercury line touching the marriage line, that shows that you are very picky about marriage, about personality. The person has to have good outlook, good in career, good on everything has to be for you. Only the problem, you don't have much tolerance, you know. You don't give a lot of tolerance because we don't see on marriage lines merging lines like that. So make them stronger. It's opposite. Forks got out, that opposite meaning. So maybe one line comes touching like that, but it's another independent line here. So you're very picky in relationship. The person has to be perfect for you, you know, on everything. So that can be very difficult. Your expectation is very high always from him. This is another information about you here. I don't know if you have a kid right now, because I see many lines going out from the lifeline towards the Saturn like that. They're effort lines. So they're like sometimes they're marriage, after marriage having a kid, or open your business, or like sometimes you get some money, or sometimes heritages, you know, many things like that. It could be kids. I don't know if you have a kid, because for you there are potentials for you to have a kid. Those are the lines, one or two kids. They are the grandkids line possibility. So one or two kids you might have. I see in the bracelet line some islands in the middle, and maybe you have some breathing problems. You should far away from smoke if you are smoking, because there are some addictive lines here. So you need to be careful. These lines also sometimes emotional problems and sensitivities, because you're a very emotional person when we see the heart line, and we see these lines here too. And another line here, Grill of Venus. This also makes, sometimes you can be very depressive, you know, small things can be big problems for you, and then sometimes you need to get discharged, you know, you need to maybe do sports or meditation. This kind of things can help, but always be far from smoke, and you need to do sports to for your breathings is good. You need to take care of the heart health, and then sometimes can be allergics to food and dust, you know, this kind of things can be too with that, but it's not too bad. You have other lines continues strongly in left hand, also similar, but one line is continue. At least you have a line, and second and third line also, they are good for protection, and then for your immune system it helps you as well. So another branches comes out like that. I see 30-35 could be another marriage for you if you broke up, you know, or if you continue with that marriage, maybe in future some business, you know, something good for you can happen. The line goes upward like that. There are some parallel lines to the lifeline. This is good to have like this, and other one comes like that, and its forks like this and go outward to the month of Moon. So it gets far from the Venus mount, and then that shows that you're extroverted person, but it could be changed sometimes, depends of your mood. And then you are adventurous, you want to know new things, and then you like to travel, settle abroad, this kind of things always in possibility. But the main thing, having a double line like this, having a different experiences in low life and business life, always different opportunities, different choices will be for you, and you will create these options always. Something like that. It's good to have. Sometimes you can be indecisions because too many choices you have, but you have to always make choice. Another thing with these choices, the defects, Saturn and Sun mounts, as you see. First of all, on Saturn mount, we have grills, you see. Other picture, we see that better. You see many lines cutting the horizontal. Vertical lines are good here, but horizontals are many of them, so it's create a grill here. Sometimes you can be introvert, like to think too much, too much thinking. When you fail, you easily become demotivated and a depressed person, which is I already mentioned about some other lines to related this kind of things. You like to isolate yourself. You don't want to be in the spotlights always because you don't have strong sun lines too. We will come there. But the more you are alone, the more you are depressing gonna be increased. So you sometimes you better to be alone, but not too much. You have to know the limits. If you become too much yourself, it's also not good. When we come to sunline, when we came to the sun mount here, we see defects with the islands on the sunline. Even you will have a perfect sunline. If you see islands on the mount like this, you see many of them, and we have also here ring of sun. This is another defect here, because if you have a fate line, you have a good fate line, but whatever you do, you don't get appreciation from other people, so you have to work for it. Whatever job you do, you have to push it more, you have to shine it more, make it more people want it. You can do that very easily because you have good Mercury lines, you have good communication skills, and then you have good sell techniques, you can do upsells, with this kind of talents you have. So whatever you create yourself personally, you have to work for it. This is the missing part with you. So the islands here can be sometimes money loss or reputation loss. So you need to be very careful in your steps. You good self-control, because I can see head and continues together, age of 21 maybe. You control your words and your steps, but you need to be still be careful. You should definitely get ruby ring on the right finger. Here in the ring finger, ruby ring, and you should be original. There are a lot of fake of rubies, so get a ruby ring, and mentally you have to believe this ring gonna be help you for your reputation and for your money loss. And another thing, to save money, you need to get prit and string bracelets or row like this. I have, let's say this is string, this is the prit, these rock minerals. If you got them, it can help with the saving. When I check the lines here, actually you have good triangles here, money triangles, so you're good on the savings. You see one like that with Mercury line, fate line, and headline, perfect triangle. And another one here, second triangle, and third one I think here goes too. So you save money. When money comes, you know what to do with the money. Now we came to the ring of sun. If you have ring of sun, some palm readers, they think this is very charismatic for the person. Of course, if you have a good strong sunline on and no islands on it. But in this case, when we have a sun ring like that, you repressed your talents and abilities. Maybe this is because of family, maybe because of culture. You need more freedom, to notice your talents, and they will come out naturally. And you need to work on it. You need to find your skills and you need to shine them. It can be very good motivation for you to work on this kind of things. Another good thing, actually, you can have talents. I will prove you that with the fish sign on the Venus mount and also end of the lifeline. This is perfect kind of double head fish. Very nice is also on Venus mount. Maybe I can even see here some fish signs symbols, looks like, similar things appearing here on Venus mount. You have very nice develop your warm-hearted, good willpower, and for having a kids, you need that mount develop, for your hormones. I think you don't have any health problems to have a kid, because I see here hormone lines, also libido lines, we say, like as a health, you don't have problem to have a kid, as I see here. Venus mount, these lines, and here kids lines we have, and good marriage lines. Everything good to having a kid, could be no problem. So when we see the end of the lifeline fish symbol, that's good. That shows that good retirement. But also related to Venus mount, this fish symbol, good creativity and imaginations it gives you, because your headline also goes down to the moon. You are a good dreamer, you can create things, good innovative skills you might have. And a little bit fork here, maybe you can write books or poems, nice words, these kind of things. Another thing, it adds extra emotional and sensitivity to have a fish symbol here. Romantic and passionate nature you have for sure, and also the marriage line is like that. It also good luck in relationships and low life. You are lucky, like you can find second husband. Let's say if you broke up, you're gonna find new person. You have a luck for that, and there's a chance if you broke up, you might get married again, and can be not so far, 30, 35 latest, the second marriage, I can say. Intuitive understanding of beauty and aesthetics, like you will appreciate of beauty and art, this kind of things you will like to see, or work with them, or buy them, all forms, including like music, art, etc. And that your headline is support this kind of things with artistic things. We have for sure you can do painting, this kind of things. And as much as you do this kind of things, your sunline is gonna appear. Also, sunlines related to your father. If you don't have good connection with your father, you have to make it better, for your karma. Maybe your father has problem with his parents, that can also affect you. You can get sessions for subconscious sessions, can be regression or access bar, this kind of alternative things you can try. And you have many traveling lines, any traveling involve any business like that, you will enjoy it, you will like it to go around, and your lifeline also go out like that. And when we came to fate line, your fate line is very good. As much as the time pass, let's say around 36, 35, the line starts very strongly goes. Usually after these ages, people have more dim and thin line. If you have a line in the middle ages like that, which is you are more expert about your business, more experiences about life, you do less mistakes. So whatever you make it bigger. Money, money becomes more. So this is very good fate line to have it like that. Some changes gonna be, some new starts gonna be 35. That can be the latest marriage maybe for you, if it's a second gonna happen. We should not say 100% you will break up now or you should break up. I will never tell that. But there are risks for breakup, many risks here, many lines, and many chances also to start new relationship, new marriage. You have a luck for that too. Another thing, when I check the lifeline and the end, some broken lines, this part also in left hand I see in this picture. In left hand, when I look, lines are so, top of each other, many islands. And then on the lifeline also, on the headline too, maybe you had too many issues in your mind, inner world, but you don't show this outside a lot, but you have a lot of problems too, and you need to relax yourself, too much stress in your head. You have to do something. Sports, definitely do sports, and then or meditation, subconscious or regression or access the bars, seance you can take, this kind of things you should try. And inner Mars, we have many lines here, and the end of the line there are many forks here, left hand, and also in right hand many lines here. Can be tension problems related to the heart in the old ages. Also diabetes, if you have in the family members diabetes, you should be careful. And when we came to the left hand again, still headline is not very bad, and the right hand is a bit longer, like you develop more, is good. And a heart line is very similar, many lines goes. For sure there are very similar family members, like your emotions, very similar people. And fate line here more dim, and right hand is much better. In active hand, if his fate line is good, which is you get good education, you care about yourself, personal developments, and you read books, you try to make it better. So we can see that on the right hand better than in the left hand, which is very good. And these addiction lines here, many things here like that from family members. You have this. Sometimes can be pills, antidepressants. Just be careful. Don't use too much pills. Or sometimes even too much tea and coffee addiction can be. Just control these kind of things. cigarettes and alcohol, of course, you need to be far away. And when I came to marriage line here, again, very nice, many marriage lines here, you see. But some lines comes from inner Mars and touches here. They are broke-up lines. There are potential for breakups, many lines here. This is like a karma comes from the relatives, from families, from your father, mother, you know. This kind of potentials here. On right hand, I didn't see much that, but there are potentials for breakup, you know. It's kind of your choice to maintain or to give up. I believe you give up easy if you're not happy. And then they are all your decisions. And the Yav symbol here, very good. And a lot of stress lines here, mental stress. You see in the thumb, first phalanges like that. Mental stress you have. You have to be careful because with the time they are getting deeper and you cannot fix them anymore. Your age is young. You are young now. You should be less stressed, you know. You should calm down. Be careful with that. And your hand is very long. You see, long palm, long fingers, like you're detail-oriented person. You know, you don't rush the things. You take it easy, and maybe you eat slow, you talk slow. You know, that's good. And you think slowly. You need time, but you make good decisions at the end. This kind of things, long hands, and then your physical power is not bad. Kind of square fingertips, a good physical power you have. Not high, but it's okay. It's enough for you. And good memory, good mental power. With any mental power work, you can be good at it. You will not get tired. You will enjoy. And third phalanges are long, and you see it develop. Like you like to save money. You know, money saving is good. You can do that. Things about money you like or business. And then when I see the headline and heartline starts together, after 21 years, you become more independent. In the beginning, maybe some family problems or financial problems, I don't know, related to family or your health. And it continues a little bit, you know, in the subconscious, but you get rid of it with the time. With the time, it gets better. I can see lines got more straighter. It gets better. Even the right hand line situation is very good, better than left hand. We can clearly see double line here. No more islands or lines or top of each other. More clear here, more understand. We can understand and we can read easy. So which is very good. So as you see, you gain it your confidence after 21 years old. If you get married before 21, it cannot be success. Better after 21. For sure you get married around 21 to 26, these ages between there, because I see these lines here. Yes, we have reached the end of the video. Thank you.